What's going on, guys? Welcome to another CBD flower review. Today we're back with some flower from TheDispensary. Today we're going to be looking at the legendary OG from TheDispensary. We're going to start off the review as we always do, and that is with a smell test. And I've got to say, this was a hard one to lock down the terpene profile on. I'm constantly smelling this, trying to figure out what this smells of. I'm getting a pretty strong kush smell from this. I'm also getting a slight bit of earthiness with this strain. And there's also kind of like a floral smell in the background. Like I said, this one was a very, very hard one to figure out what this smells like. I was struggling to explain what this terpene profile smells like because I haven't had flower in before that smells like this. But it smells good, it smells nice and strong in the bag. Let's see what this flower looks like up close. And now let's get to the close-ups of this legendary OG, and I've got to say this really is some beautiful flower looking at it up close. It's kind of dark in spots but also quite bright in spots. The trichome coverage on the outside of this flower gives it a certain brightness, but there's also some purple dark leaves to this flower as well, which brings a bit of darkness to it, and those dark orange pistils are really bringing a darkness to this flower. So really nice looking flower. The inside is really coated in trichomes, dense flower. This really is some really nice looking CBD flower. I don't really have any complaints for what this flower looks like up close. Now that the close-ups are done, we've ground up some of this legendary OG, so let's give it a smell test in the grinder. And this is where I like this legendary OG the most, when it's ground up. A lovely smell to it. The kush explodes when you grind this up. The earthiness completely disappears. And there's that like floral note still in the background. I'm really trying to figure out what it smells like. I've been testing this flower for like 5 or 6 days now and I just cannot figure it out. It smells like a floral smell. But one thing I will say, this flower smells amazing when it's ground up. So let's pack some of this into the Dynavap. Now let's get to the sticky test of this legendary OG, and I will say that this flower has got a really nice stick to it. It seems to be cured really well, but in the centre of that bud, you've got a nice bit of stickiness there. And as we're packing this Dynavap oven, this flower grinds up beautifully. It grinds up super fluffy, perfect for vaping. We've got our assassin stem on our Dynavap. So let's heat up this oven. As always, we're going to heat it from the top to start with to get as many terpenes as we possibly can on our first hit. Yeah, no vapor there, but the taste is amazing. And I think from the flavour, I can kind of say now it is a floral kush. That is the terpene profile I'm getting. That is the flavour I'm getting. That first terpene hit has made my mouth water. It is so strong. The main flavour you are going to get off this flower though is a kush. This flower is a kush every day of the week. Now let's do a mixture of the middle and the bottom of the cap, see if we can pull some vapour. There it is. Earthiness is creeping in on that second hit. The kush is really trying to hold on, but the earthiness is definitely coming in. It's like 50-50 on that second hit. And on this third hit, we're going to the bottom of the cap. Let's pull as much vapour out of this flower as possible. Whew. Crazy enough, the floral taste stuck around in that hit. It was like an earthy floral taste. Great vapor production. I'm not getting any scratch on the back of my throat. Easily manageable third hit. And some really good vapor as well. And we're just going to do one more quick heater. See if we can pull the last little bits out of this oven. Vapor production is still great. Clearly there's still some left in this flower. Definitely 100% earthy now though. I think that's that oven done. Yeah, that oven's definitely done. So now that the Dynavap is done, we're going to get a Mighty out and go to 180. There we go. We're at 180. So let's see what this legendary OG is like in the Mighty. Yeah, there's Kush, and I'm definitely getting those floral notes, especially in the Mighty. That Kush flavour is really trying to hold on. Don't feel as though the flavour lasts a huge amount of time in these vaporizers. I'm getting that terpene hit, and then the next hit is kind of like 50% earthiness and 50% the flavour kind of really trying to hold on. Vapor production is great. Still hitting at 180. Normally I only get a few hits at 180, but this flower is pumping out the vapor. Wow, that vapor isn't dropping either. Still getting a little bit of flavour from this, but this is mostly earthy now. Whew. Vapor's still pumping out, but we've got to get through this video at some point. So let's go to 210. There we go, we've reached 210. I'm feeling some pretty big vapor clouds coming with this strain right now. Yeah, at these higher temperatures I'm just getting an earthy flavour, but wow, it's still hitting pretty hard, especially at these high temperatures. Yeah, these are some big hits. You might not be able to see it on camera. I feel as though the camera doesn't quite capture the vapour that I see in person, but this one's still kicking. Whew. I think we're starting to drop off now, but it's still there. Yeah. The vapour is definitely dropping off now. Yeah. And that's about as good as we're going to get with the Mighty. Those vapes, not bad. Not bad. I can definitely feel the effects coming on. I can definitely feel myself getting a lot more relaxed than I was when I started filming. So there's only one thing left to do, and that is to get our combustion glass piece, and we're going to just fill up a bowl, and we're going to smoke a huge bowl of this legendary OG. There we go. There's our bowl ready to go. I'm not going to pack it down super tight. We're going to grab our lighter. As we always say, legalize broccoli. Let's do this. Whew. That wasn't bad at all. Yeah, that hit was totally manageable. So guys, now the session is done. Let's get to the review of the legendary OG from the Dispensary. We're going to start off with the looks, and I think the looks are great. The trichome coverage on the outside is good. The trichome coverage on the inside is very, very good. The flower is nice and dense, and the trim job is good, so I'm going to give the looks for this flower a 9. And now let's get to the smell of this legendary OG, and I've got to say, it kind of put me through a loop trying to figure out what this one smelt of. It's pretty obvious that this is a Kush smelling strain, but there were a few smells in the background that I just couldn't quite figure out. I'm not sure if it was lavender with the sort of floral smell that I was getting. This was a different terpene profile for me. I haven't smelt flower like this before, but it was nice. Nice smell in the bag, really nice smell in the grinder. I'm going to give the smell for this strain an 8.5. And now let's get to the taste of this flower. And that terpene hit was amazing. This was 100% a Kush when it comes to the flavour. I noticed with this flower I got one really strong terpene hit, and then the flavours seemed to take a quite sharp downwards, and the earthy flavours started to come in. But it wasn't bad. The flavours were good when they were there. They just seem to disappear pretty quickly. I'm going to give the flavour for this strain a 7.5. Now, do I think this is a day or a nighttime strain? I think CBD as a whole can be enjoyed through the daytime, but I would definitely say this is more for the afternoon and evening when you're looking to relax. I would say this was probably a nighttime strain. And now let's get to the effects, and I'm sure you can see on my face what the effects are like. Really nice head buzz off this one. I can feel it in my eyes. Super clear headed, and that's actually one of the notes that I made for this video, was just this completely wipes away any of my thoughts. Super clear headed when I use this strain. And I also feel really relaxed after using this strain as well. One thing I found when I was using this flower over the last week or so is when I use it, I feel kind of tired, a little couch locky, and I find that when I'm using this flower, I do yawn a lot when I've started using it. And I don't get that often with CBD flower, but that was another note that I made, was every time I seem to use this flower, within about half an hour I'm yawning. I think one of the ways I can best describe this strain is kind of the end of an indica high, when you're kind of fighting that sleepy feeling and you're kind of coming around, your head's clearing a bit, the high's going off, but you still feel just super relaxed and almost like you could probably go to sleep. The one thing I do want to say about this flower though, and I want to say it just to say it, I don't really think it's too much of a big issue, but I did find a few seeds in this flower. Nothing crazy. If it was something of an issue, I would probably make it a bigger issue than I'm making it now. I just kind of want to bring it up so you guys know in case you buy it and find some yourself. I think I found 3 or 4 seeds. Wasn't too bad. To be honest with you, with flower like this, I'm pretty happy that I have a few seeds for this one. But I did want to bring it up. And overall, I really liked the legendary OG from the dispensary. The flower looked great, the terpene profile was something different for me. The flavours were good on this strain, especially that terpene hit, but they did drop pretty quickly. I really liked the effects on this one. I wouldn't say this one was super strong when it comes to the pain relief. Definitely relaxed me on a scale of 0 being no pain relief and 10 being complete pain relief. I'd say it was about a 7 or an 8, which isn't too bad. But overall, the effects of this one were really good. You can probably see it on my face. I do feel a little buzzed right now. I just feel super calm, super relaxed, very clear-headed. That is probably one of the strongest feelings I've got, is just really clear-headed. But I think the dispensary are onto a good one with this legendary OG, especially with the price that they charge for it. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to leave a thumbs up, put some comments in the comment section, hit that subscribe button, and I'll speak to you guys later.